Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock. It's a Monday. It's time for episode 4 of 5x5. If you don't know what this is all about, the idea is simple. I'm going to talk about 5 completely different topics, all about magic. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to talk about each topic. There's going to be a timer at the bottom. When it reaches 0, the camera gets cut off. I'm going to be talking some really interesting stuff today, including giving you a massive tip, if you're a mentalist, a massive tip with witch hand routines that I know that every single person here is going to use. So let's get straight into the first segment. Right, we're going to be looking at reviewing a new product right now. Actually, I say it's a new product. It's actually quite an old product that's just recently been re-released, and this is called the Stretched Queen, or the Stretching Queen, by Meir Yedid Magic. Now this is based on the Elongated Queen by Peter Kane, and it's just been re-released, so you'll find it in all good magic dealers. It's something that I've done for years and years and years, and I lost my gimmicks a long time ago. I was super excited to see that it's been brought back on the market because it is a really commercial trick. I'm going to perform it for you very quickly, and then I'm going to talk to you about what I think about it. So I have 3 playing cards. Now, they're all blue backed, but that's not really important. What's important is the faces of the cards. I have the Queen of Hearts, and I have the 2 black 9s. Now, the idea here is very simple. I'm going to take the Queen of Hearts, I'm going to pop it right there in between the 2 black 9s. I'm going to try and do this as slowly as I can, so you can see I'm not cheating. I'm going to leave the Queen sticking out. Now, this is kind of like an illusion. You see the illusionists on stage, and one illusion that happens is you put a girl in a box and you stretch the girl. I'm going to try and do a similar sort of thing here. I want to watch that Queen, because you see, if I start doing this, I can actually start to stretch that Queen. I can actually start to make it move and stretch, and I can actually get myself into a situation. Look at that, it's still going, it's still going. We're getting there, look at that. We can actually make it go pretty much double its size. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. You can see that that Queen really has stretched. So the question is, how does it work? Well, I gave you a clue when I said it's all an illusion. It is. It looks like the Queen is double its size, but if I just snap my fingers, you can see that that is not the case. The Queen is completely normal. So are the other 2 cards, and that is the Stretched Queen. So that is the Stretched Queen by Meir Yedid Magic. Now, as I say, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. First of all, let me tell you guys, it is super commercial. It's easy to do. You can either have the cards, you get one gimmick card does this whole thing. One of the 9s is gimmicked, and that does the whole routine. In the package, you actually get 2 of the gimmick card. You actually get a replacement, and the reason is Meir Yedid says, well, you're going to be performing this so much, I didn't want you to not have a replacement when it wears out, so you get 2 of them, which is really nice. Now, you can either have the gimmicks set up in the deck and just take them out, or you can just bring it out as a little packet trick. Either one is absolutely fine. To be honest, when you do this, the thing they want to examine is the Queen. I've done this for a long time. All they want to do is examine the Queen, not the other 2 cards. So they can examine the Queen, and then it's very easy to switch the other 2 9s out. If you did want to do it with the cards in the deck, you literally just have to palm one card in there and then get rid of it afterwards. Now, there's a few different ways that you can present this, and I've worked on different presentations over the years. My 2 favorites is to do it in a 3-card trick. So you can actually do this as part of a 3-card Monty. And if you do this, I recommend having like a Himba wallet and having the 3 cards in one side of the Himba wallet, the 3 regular cards, do a Monty routine, and then have the gimmick in the other side. You can actually have one of the cards disappear, kick back into the wallet, and then you're set to do this routine. And you can actually say, well, maybe it's a little bit easier to follow the Queen if we make it bigger, and then you can do that. And that's a nice finale to a 3-card trick. And the problem with 3-card tricks is a lot of the time there is no finale. So that's a nice way of doing it. The other thing that I've done in the past is I've got myself some mirror stickers and a blank deck of cards, and I created a mirror deck where every single card looked like it was a mirror. And I did a whole presentation about Alice in Wonderland. So I had a regular deck of cards, which was shuffled. I did a deck switch for this deck that has mirror cards in it. And the only actual 3 cards that were in there were the 2 9s and the Queen. So I spread through, without them seeing the faces, take those 3 cards out. And I talk about Alice in Wonderland. You remember the bit where they go, eat me and drink me. And when you eat something, they grow bigger. And when you drink me, and it shrinks. And I use that presentation for the whole Alice in Wonderland thing. That works as a presentation for the Stretching Queen. But then I say, of course, the whole thing with Alice in Wonderland, it was all smoke and mirrors. In fact, she actually went through a mirror. And then I take the deck and I spread the deck out, and every single card has turned into a mirror card, which can be examined. And at that point, all they want to do is examine those mirror cards. So that's another nice way of doing it, and it really gives a big finale to the end of a card routine. Now, whichever way you do, I highly recommend getting it. It's not very expensive. It's available right now. I'm going to give this a 95%. It is a real worker. Right, okay, I want to give you guys a marketing tip today. Well, it's not actually a marketing tip. It's a way that you can actually get more video for your social media. Because this is a question that's come up on the channel an awful lot. I post a lot of live performances, and I always have. Even before this channel existed, through my company Slightly Unusual, I'd constantly be putting video out all of the time, every weekend. And it's really important from a marketing point of view, from a social proof point of view, it's really important to be putting live footage out there. Because when you're trying to get people to book you for a gig, they need to see where the actual footage of you working in the environment they want to book you in. So for example, if somebody wants to book you for a wedding, they need to see that you're comfortable performing at weddings. They need to see you going out and performing at weddings and getting great reactions. If you are trying to get corporate work, they need to be able to see that you are used to performing in a corporate environment. And even if you're not a professional magician, even if you're not a semi-professional magician, as a hobbyist, you know, what's better? Sitting in your bedroom and just like doing a card trick and then just posting that online, or actually having a video of you performing in the real world and getting real world reactions. Now, and I post a lot of video, and a lot of the time on this channel, the question comes up again and again: how do you get so much footage? How do you get so much footage? Do you hire a videographer? You know, how do you get around that sort of stuff? So I'm going to give you the big, massive tip now, exactly how I get all of this footage. So you can be putting more live footage out on your social media and your channels and on your website. Obviously, at the moment, we're kind of locked down and there's restrictions on performing. But when we've come out of all of this is going to be a really useful thing for you to do. So let's take a wedding as an example. So if I'm performing at a wedding, I will have built up a reputation with the bride and groom beforehand. So it's not like I've never met the bride and groom or I've never spoken to the bride and groom on the phone. During the course of them being pitched by me and being sold on having me as an entertainer, I've built up a relationship with them. So what will happen is about a week before the wedding, I'll ring them up and I'll say, hey guys, just checking everything's okay for your wedding. I know that you're going to be very busy. You guys are going to be superstars. It's your special day. A lot of the time when people book me to do magic at a wedding, they haven't got time to actually see me perform. They're too busy. And I know that you guys are fans of magic, which is why you've booked me. So I've got a suggestion for you. Would you like me to try and get some footage of me performing to your guests, and then I can put it up on my Facebook page, or I can put it up on my YouTube, and I can tag you guys in it and send you the link so you can see me performing to your guests. Every single bride and groom I have ever asked that, they always say yes, every single time without fail, because they just want to see their guests happy and having a good time, right? So that's step one, making sure that you've got the okay from the bride and groom. You don't want to do this if you haven't got the okay from the bride and groom. And then it comes time to do the wedding. So let's say that you're doing close-up magic and you're there for a couple of hours during the photos and the drink reception. So you're doing mix and mingle magic, and the bride and groom are busy. They've just had the ceremony. They're having photos done. They're kind of out of it completely. So I'm going up and I'm introducing myself. Hey guys, my name's Craig. I'm the magician here. I've been hired by the bride and groom to come and perform some magic for you. You look very excited. Let me show you what I'm going to do. And then what I'll do is I will perform a trick for that group. I want to know two things. One, I want them to know that I'm very good at what I do and that I'm not just like Uncle Boris who does the 21 card trick and that's it. But the other thing that I want is I need to make sure that they are a decent audience at reacting. If they're one of those groups that just goes, oh, that's wonderful, well done, you know, a bit of a golf clap, I won't do this at that group. But if it's a group that they're really super into it, I will. And I'll say to them, hey, Can you do me a favour? The bride and groom have asked me to grab some video of my performance. Would you mind just holding my phone horizontal like that and just pointing it at what I'm doing, and then I can send it over to the bride and groom afterwards? That'd be amazing. And don't forget, they're going to be watching this, so make sure that you look at least happy, which they always laugh at. And then I just get them to film the whole thing. And I just say, make sure that you're pointing it at me, pointing at the spectators, pointing it at the props I'm using. And I do that. So if I'm there for 2 hours, I've done that probably 10 times. And each time, they'll have caught me doing 2 tricks, maybe 3 tricks. So when I leave that gig, I have got a phone with probably about an hour's worth of footage on. When I get home, I can go through that footage, look for the stuff that's good, look for the stuff that's got the best reactions, post it on the internet, and there's my social proof. There's my videos. And then I can tag the bride and groom in. That's my big tip for getting video at any event. Regular viewers to this channel will know that I've been banging on for a long time about virtual shows and Zoom shows, and how at the moment, if you want to perform, you have to get good at virtual shows and Zoom shows. And a lot of people are doing it, which is cool. And one thing I'm seeing is magic dealers are releasing so many new tricks to do with Zoom. This is perfect for your next virtual party. This is perfect for your next virtual gig. And there's so much stuff being released. Some of it is good. Some of it, to be honest, is not that good. Now, through my companies, Non-Stop Kids and Slightly Unusual, we're doing hundreds of Zoom shows every single month, like hundreds of them. I've experimented with so many different ways of doing virtual parties and doing virtual entertainment. And I found that there's one particular item that's an older item that is absolutely perfect for a virtual show. In fact, it's even better doing it virtually than it is doing it live. Like, it's so good. It's really old. Now, it's as old as the hills. I don't even know the origin for it. I've asked around. A lot of people have said it's a John Cornelius item. It's available on a lot of different magic dealers' websites. Some people call it mind-reading cards. Some people call it computer cards. There's lots of different versions of it. Wayne Dobson has a version on his website that uses cocktails, which is interesting. But you can find it anywhere. You can find it anywhere. Just search computer cards or mind-reading cards, and you'll find it. I'm going to perform it for Sarah behind the camera, and then I'll tell you why it's so good for Zoom. So, Sarah, I need you to help me.
Okay.
I've got a prediction right here. I'm going to put that in my top pocket. We'll get to that prediction in a bit. As well as the prediction, I have these. Now, what I have here is I have some pieces of plastic, and you can see that they've got playing cards printed on them. Can you see that, Sarah?
Yeah.
Now, forget about this one for now, but these 8, they all have playing cards printed on them, but each one has different cards. There's not all of the cards appear on every single piece of plastic. That's important. So there's 8 of them all together. Now, this one has every single card on. I want to have a look at that card, Sarah, and think of one of them.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of a card, you haven't told anybody, you haven't wrote it down. Literally the only person who knows this is you. I'm just going to go through these pieces of plastic one at a time, and I want you to tell me if the card that you're thinking of is on that piece of plastic. If it is, I'm going to put it in one pile. If it's not, I'm going to put it in the other pile. Okay? And we're going to see how many you've got. So, is it there?
No.
No. Okay, cool. Is it there?
No.
Okay. Is it there?
No.
Okay. Is it there?
No.
This is going well. This is going well. Is it there?
Yes.
Yes. Is it there?
Yes.
Yes. Is it there?
Yes.
Okay. Is it there?
No.
No. So it's on 3 cards. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's on 3 cards.
Yeah.
We said it was on 3 cards. Now, do you remember that I made a prediction
Yes.
earlier on? And the prediction's been in my top pocket the whole time.
Yep.
This is the most amazing prediction ever, because it actually says on here, your card will be on 3 sheets.
Okay.
Now, that's okay. I mean, it's not the most mind-blowing thing in the world. It's like a 1 in 8 that I get that right.
Yeah.
But the playing card you're thinking of, you didn't write it down, you didn't tell anyone. You're literally just thinking of it. Concentrate on the card.
Yeah.
It's a black card, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a club, isn't it?
Yes.
Was your card the 2 of clubs?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, it was.
So there you go. It's an amazing trick. Now, very quickly, it's perfect over Zoom because you can get them to think of a card and you get the information as to what card it is without having them to pick a card or even physically holding a deck. 2 pieces of advice I want to give you for this. Number 1, I've done this prediction thing. I have 6 of these. And I have them all in my top pocket, and literally I show the prediction, and then when I know what number, how many cards, how many pieces of When I know how many sheets of paper their card's on, how many sheets of plastic their card's on, I just pull out the correct prediction. The reason I added that is because normally when you do this trick, you ask them to put it into 2 piles, then you put the cards away. There's no reason for asking them that. Now, there is a reason, because that's how you get the information, but from the audience's point of view, there's no reason. So I wanted to give you a reason for that. So you do this prediction, which is okay, but it's a bit underwhelming, then you hit them with the name of the card. The other thing that works really great for Zoom is if you do Outstanding by Mark Oberon, you can show the prediction envelope at the beginning, you can get them to think of a card, then you can take the prediction envelope out, and without them even saying the card, you can tell them that, look, I've got one piece of paper in this envelope and that's got your card on it, which is mind-blowing. You can also do the same thing with an invisible deck, and you can have the deck on the table and say that you've turned one card over. Trust me, for Zoom shows, this is a great way of getting the information of a person's card. Okay, guys, on episode 1 of 5x5, I looked at Card Under Watch, and I did a live performance of Card Under Watch, and a lot of people gave me some great feedback. But a few people were saying, oh, I'm going to do Card Under Watch now instead of Coin Under Watch. Let me tell you right now, Coin Under Watch is just as good as Card Under Watch. It really is. I'm going to show you a live performance of me at a wedding performing a Tom Wright version of Coin Under Watch. It's very easy because it uses a coin unique or a Scotch and soda. And the routining is brilliant. We're going to have a look at it, and then we'll look at the same footage again with a commentary track. I'm going to put the 2, I'm going to stack them up in your hand. Is that all right? And then make a fist, and just keep your hand like that. Now, is that fair? No way I can cheat now. Here's what we're going to do. Sir, you're going to, actually, as your hands are free, you're going to use your imagination right now. I'm going to pretend, remember, we've got a 50p, a £2 coin, and 2p in the hand. I'm going to pretend to take 2 coins out.
Okay.
Now, in your imagination, what 2 coins am I holding?
Did he tell you?
Yeah.
2p and 50 pence.
A 2p and a 50 pence. Now take one. Take one of those coins. Reach. You've got to use your imagination. Reach over and take one of those coins. Lovely. I love how you did that. That was wonderful. Which coin have you got?
2p.
You got the 2p. Very good. I'm going to put the 50p away. So she made all the choices right there. You've ended up with the 2p coin.
Yeah.
And it's right there.
Yeah.
Now, if she really had taken the 2p out your hand, then it wouldn't be in there. But we put it in there. You've been holding on to it the whole time. There's no way we could cheat. Open up your hand. Which is bonkers. It really is. And look at how hard you were squeezing that thing as well, right? But we're going to try and make it come back. Make a fist. You have that 2p. On the count of 3, I want you to throw it at her hand. Use all your imagination. Do you have a good imagination?
Yeah.
If you haven't, can you imagine you have? That'd be good. We're going to try and make it go back into your hand. If that happens, everyone's going to give you a big round of applause. On the count of 3, throw. 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Now, one last thing. I need you to wave your hand over and make the most magical noise you know. Oh, that was so magical. If I was a coin, I'd come back. That was amazing. If I told you it was in there, would that be good?
Yes.
You don't believe me, though, do you? Open up your hand. Yeah, that would have been good, right? That would have been amazing. But it did come back. I know you don't believe me, do you? And the reason she doesn't believe me is because right now, up until this very second, you haven't yet looked underneath your watch. Turn your hand over. And that's amazing. Give her a big round of applause. Well done. So that's the live performance, guys. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the exact same routine again, but I'm doing a commentary track over the top. Okay, so this routine uses 3 coins, a regular 50p, and a coin unique, which is a 2p, £2. All 3 coins go into their hand, and obviously the 2p is going to nest into the £2 coin. Now, the key thing is I've already put the 2 pence underneath the spectator's watch. One of the key things with a routine like this is making sure that the spectator has the right watch, or at least that it's tight enough on their wrist. You don't want it really floppy so that the coin is going to fall out prematurely. So it's kind of being aware of knowing when you're going to do this trick of finding the right person. And then what I do is I get that person to hold onto their hold their hand closed around the 3 coins, making sure this makes sure that they're not going to turn their hand over. And then I use the equivoke with another spectator. I focus everyone's attention over there, but I'm keeping one eye on the original spectator. So we end up in a situation where I get them to name the 2p, and the 2p vanishes. Now you can see the reaction there. The reaction is great. They think the trick's over. The coin got loaded like 2 or 3 minutes beforehand. They are absolutely unaware of the fact that they have a coin loaded underneath their watch. But now we're going to build up. And the thing is, the key to making this revelation successful is to make them think something else is happening. So I say, hey, if we could have the 2p go back in their hand, would that be good? And I build up for this moment, and they're thinking that's impossible. When they open up their hand and they show it's not there, you then go, well, you haven't looked underneath your watch. And then the coin's under the watch and they freak out. And you can see that from the reactions. Now, with regards to getting the coin under the watch, the best piece of advice I can give you is just do it. The beautiful thing about this routine is they don't think it's got anything to do with the watch. They think you're doing something with the 3 coins in the hand. And because of using a coin unique or a Scotch and soda, the vanish is so clean. It allows you to really focus on that moment, and there's the reaction. You see the reaction right there. You saw the guy touch her on the arm. You see everyone freaking out. It's a beautiful moment of magic, and the nice thing about this routine is it is now completely reset. Okay, so if you do a witch hand routine, I'm going to share a tip with you right now that I think is amazing. It's a presentational idea for a witch hand routine that takes it to the next level, for me anyway. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about with witch hand, it's the whole idea of giving a spectator a coin or an object. They put it in one of their hands while you're not looking, and you're able to tell them which hand it's in. And you do it over and over again, and as you repeat it, it becomes more and more impressive. Darren Brown popularized this, but so many people do it. Now, on this video, I am not going to be teaching you how to do a witch hand routine. There's lots of different ways of doing it. If you want to know the way I do it, I actually use Flux by Pro Mystic. For me, it's the most dependable and reliable way of performing a witch hand routine. Instead, what I'm going to be talking to you about is a presentational idea. Now, I know that there are mentalists that watch this channel, and if you're a mentalist, I've got a feeling you are going to hate this because it's going to trivialize the effect for you, I imagine. However, for a working professional close-up magician, or anybody that's a magician, not just professional, that does close-up magic, but dabbles in mental magic, I think this is a great way to go, and this is the way I'm going to be doing it. So imagine that you've done the witch hand routine, and maybe you've told them which hand it's in a couple of times, and they're really impressed. And then you say to them, well, it's really simple how it works. On the latest upgrade, my phone got a new upgrade, which basically means that it's now psychic, and it can work out every single time which hand the coin is in. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. Put the coin in the hand, I'm not going to look, you turn around. Let's say they've put it in your left hand, in their left hand. You then turn around and you very simply say, Siri, which hand is the coin in?
Craig, the coin is hidden in the spectator's left hand. You're welcome.
Or if they had it in the right hand, you go, Siri, which hand is the coin in?
Craig, the coin is hidden in the spectator's right hand. You're welcome.
Boom. So you can actually, on command, have Siri over and over again say if it's in the left hand or the right hand. Now, let me explain how this works. You need an iPhone, and I'm going to talk you through it very, very quickly. First of all, on an iPhone, there's something called shortcuts. So you want to go to your shortcuts. Now, I'm no expert on shortcuts. However, this is very simple what I'm going to get you to do. You go into your shortcuts. There's a plus at the top right. You press plus, and it will come up with a new shortcut. Then you just hit add action, and in the search bar at the top, you're going to type in the word speak. Then underneath, you're going to see speak text. What you're going to do is you're going to click on speak text, and it's going to come up with a new shortcut, and you're going to have speak in a little blue box next to it, or a little blue highlighted text. You're going to change that into whatever you want the phone to say. So it could say, for example, Craig, the coin is in the right hand. You could even, if you know the person, let's say you're doing a show and you want to do this in a show, you could even set this up beforehand. If you know the person you're doing it on, let's say you book for a 60th birthday and you know you're going to do it on the person's 60th birthday, you could actually have the person's name programmed in. So it could go, Craig, the coin is in Bob's right hand or whatever. Then you hit next, and then you call it a shortcut. So you're just going to call it right hand or whatever. And then you do the same for your left hand. So you're going to end up with 2 pieces of audio, right hand audio, left hand audio. Now, what you're going to do when you've done that is you're going to go into your settings. And in your settings, you're going to go down to accessibility. And then you're going to go down to touch. And then you're going to go down to back tap. Now, back tap is something a lot of people don't know about, and it allows you to tap the back of a phone and cause Siri to do different actions. So what you do is you go into double tap, and you change double tap to left hand audio, and you change triple tap to right hand audio. You are now done. So now, as long as your phone is on, you can control whether Siri says it's in the left hand or the right hand just by tapping on the back of the phone. And it actually even works if the phone's in a phone case, because I've tried it on several different phone cases. So for example, if I want it to be in the left hand phone and I hold it like this, I show the screen of the phone, I hold it like this, my left hand covers the back of the phone so my right hand can do the tapping without people realizing it, and I just tap like this and it goes.
Craig, the coin is hidden in the spectator's left hand.
Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to be in a situation where you're showing them the screen when you do that, because when you do the tap, it comes up with a bar at the top with left-hand audio, which is why I suggest the best way to do it is to show them the screen, turn around, cover it, do the necessary tap. In this case, it's for the right-hand audio, get them all to hear it. And you can do this over and over again just by tapping 2 times or tapping 3 times. You can connect your phone up to your speaker so you can do it on stage and everyone in the audience can hear it. I think it's a really commercial way of doing the which hand routine. Do me a favour, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So there's another 5x5, as Ryden would say, in the bag. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and what you think of the idea with the iPhone. Will you use it? And also tell me what you think of the idea that I gave you with Zoom and actually doing that particular routine in the Zoom show. I'd love to know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll be back again next week with another 5x5, and I'll be back again tomorrow with a Talk Magic interview. I'll see you then. My name's Craig from Magic TV.